this was one of the reasons he came out and he was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind, and fire's going to start in the right place, and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean, and there's not a fucking thing we can do about it. I go, really? He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA, and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it. Because these fires are so big, dude, when you're talking about like thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with like 40-mile-an-hour winds. And the wind's just blowing embers through the air, and those embers are landing on roofs, and those houses are going up, and they're landing on bushes, and those bushes are going up, and everything's dry. And once it happens in a way where it's so spread out that there's nothing they can do.
I think it's funny that all these moms are freaking out because the winter break has been extended because of all the winter storms. And they're like stuck with the kids that they made at home all day. And like us homeschool moms are just sitting here like, yeah. Yeah.
Like when we lived in Louisiana, maybe. Louisiana? I can't say it right. I think that's it.
Why are we both on the ladder now? No, son.
Robinson is currently in a British prison. B-boy who was bullied at school and lying about him. So, if anybody has watched it, you can't find it on YouTube. It's on X. He goes undercover and questions all the why he's been found in contempt of court. In a court, and the judge are raised in court. And I recommend, by the way, that you
Oh, that woodcutter is katana sharp. It's sharper than my katana.
Your katana?
It's a katana.
Well, it's a samurai weapon, for sure.
Was a lie. The boy
Oh, that.
Sword. Pull up them pants, boy.
Your daddy.
Where is destroyed? R.
These rat fakes, these people who didn't learn not to tattletale on their
Next one is
peers when they were
as,
children. Run to
then
Now,
with.
that's all part of those.
Are we paying attention?
Yeah, we're not writing them now.
Why? Why aren't we starting to write them?
You want? I didn't know you wanted me to write them.
Yeah, well, that's not good.
Yes, Roman, you need to write them 5 times each, and Sissy needs to write them 10 times each. Wait, so is yours supposed to be 15 or 10?
10, but it can be 15 if you want.
It probably should, right? It'll probably make it easier to memorize them.
Okay.
The scandal of the rape debt, but he didn't expose it. And I also think it's self-interest.
So after saying, we don't have to tell you any proof, so greet the year, get to glowing, refreshed skin, and again, hoping that I would just be scared into silence.
Alright, welcome to day 3 of sharing more about me. I don't know about your family, but we got a bunch of snow here in Oklahoma. We live in northeastern Oklahoma. I'm Jade. I'm a 36-year-old stay-at-home homeschooling mom. We try to make a lot of our stuff from scratch. My daughter hates chemicals and food colorants, so we try our best. We live in a tiny house, and like I said, we recently just got a whole bunch of snow. I don't know if you've been checking your news, but the fires in California are wild, very reminiscent to the ones in Hawaii. Very interesting. Anyone else think it's interesting how all the footage, like a lot of, it's either the trees are like burning from the inside out and nothing else is happening, or only the buildings are completely leveled and fired up and the trees are perfectly fine. There's no in between, it seems like. It's pretty wild. And like I'm seeing conflicting news about it. Like half the time the Hollywood sign has burned down, half the time that was faked. Like it's very, very interesting news coverage. And I guess we're supposed to feel bad about, you know, celebrities in their homes being lost. And a couple of them I do feel bad for, but like why? Like, I'm supposed to feel more bad for those celebrities because I've seen them act before or perform, more so than the people in Hawaii that I don't know or haven't seen perform, like a performing monkey. Those people, like in, what were those mountains? Appalachian Mountains, North Carolina, Florida with the hurricanes. There's so many different places where it's just like, I felt way worse for them, I feel like, because they were people that didn't have anything that to necessarily fix everything the way perhaps these celebrities do. But it's not just celebrities that were affected, which is the sad part. I think about all the pets that were left behind. There's a lot of exotic pets. I saw one TikTok where they were waiting till the very last minute and try to help release a turtle, this large turtle, you know, huge, and it was just like in this shed waiting up until the point where the humans decided to come get it. Thank goodness they came and got it, you know, thanks ladies. But it was weird to see that, because it makes you think how many people selfishly just left them behind and didn't care to go back or help get them. Or the cats or the dogs or the elderly, perhaps. There's so many homeless. I also heard a lot of things of like people catching stuff on fire that wasn't on fire. Just a lot of weird coverage. Not a lot of official coverage. I mean, there is some official coverage, but it's very strange. Anyway, out here in Oklahoma, we're not necessarily dealing with those type of fires. We have beautiful snow that I haven't seen since I was a young child. Fluffy, flaky snow. I won't let my kids eat it because I don't trust it. Yeah, I'm one of those people. My kids haven't seen snow like that their whole lives. Like, you guys were able to make snowmen and stuff.
We did.
My husband took some pictures. I'll put those in. I haven't had snow like that since I was a kid. A lot of people usually make snow cream, which is like ice cream, whenever it snows out here, and a lot of people did not do that this time because of how strange this whole situation has all been. But again, the snow is really pretty. It was like a magical wonderland waking up. Thank gosh we have a wood furnace, because I shudder to think how cold it would be if we had to rely on space heaters or electric or gas heat, because some places the gas tank cars aren't coming down the roads right now. You either had gas before the storm came or you don't have it, and I'm glad I don't have to rely on that. I love our wood stove. We actually got a really good price on our wood stove. What was it, $250, $200? Or was it $100? $100 on local marketplace. Such a good deal. We jumped on that before we even had our tiny home. Really appreciate so much more living out here in the country. We're like 25 minutes from any gas station or store. So you really have to kind of prepare yourself in general just to live out here. So you're pretty much prepared for many things like this when living out here full time, which I appreciate. We had a full day of homeschooling since Daddy didn't have to go to work. That was fun to have an extra parent along for the homeschooling day. A little distracted, but they're also a lot more encouraged to show off. So it was kind of a mix of whether or not it slowed them down or sped them up, because one kid did a lot more when the other kid usually does a lot more otherwise. So either way, it was a good day. Implemented a new tradition when my husband comes home on work days, is to give me a little bit of a break, since I'm a homeschool mom and I'm with him all the time in a tiny house. To give me a wee bit of a break is I start dinner prep when he gets here, and we watch 2 Disney movies, and he kind of just hangs out with them, goes over schoolwork possibly, or he just hangs out with them and spends quality time. And we watch 2 Disney movies, one on cooking and hopefully one while I'm done and we're all eating, and we spend the rest of the evening watching the end of that movie, and then bedtime. I want to start implementing a more Bible study with the kids at night. I think that would be really good for all and just be really enjoyable. I feel like the world's heading into a really weird place, and I definitely want my kids to not only know the Bible but to understand it. as well as my husband and I, to continuously feel like we're guiding our kids in the Word. I would just much rather go to sleep knowing that I did that at night. So